Hi everyone. Education is something that changes a person's character. It is such a powerful and valued tool that the entire world struggles for attaining good education. US has the most renowned universities in the world, according to an article in The Economist. In worldwide rank, more than half of the top 100 and 8 of the top 10 are American universities, with free high school education all across the country. But sadly, education is not valued as much among Americans and sometimes taken for granted by the youth. Education is a big part of American culture. According to Stephanie Simon, the graduation rate in US has topped 80% for the first time in US history. And if states can keep up with their rapid pace of improvement, the rate could hit 90% by 2020. Keeping in mind that the entire education up until high school is free in America, where the government spends about $115,000 per student, according to an article called American Schools versus the World, It's Expensive, Unequal, Bad at Math, that was published by The Atlantic. We as Americans take this privilege for granted, whereas in the other parts of the world, like the third world countries, people spend their whole lives saving money in desire of good education. The country where I'm from is a third world country, where good education is very expensive. I mentioned to you in my second speech how my mom worked 2 jobs, day and night, so that me and my other siblings could be in good high schools of the city. Moreover, here in US, education is made fun and exciting with all the student-oriented clubs and organizations that are there to appreciate students' hard work. But on the other side of the world, basic education is a matter of life and death. Malala Yousafzai, a young activist from Pakistan, was shot by Taliban because she stood for women's education in the tribal area. I want to mention to you a personal experience of mine. I was 15 when I came from Pakistan. What I realized after coming to US was that even a poor family can afford good education here in US, at least till the 12th grade, which is the high school, and could carry on with college with some government funds and scholarships, like FAFSA. But sadly, in Pakistan, only the rich or upper middle class can afford good education, because the government does not provide any funds or grants, and if they do, they're very little to the students who can't afford. These were just small facts and figures that I presented to you today, because I feel that here in US, education is taken for granted. Therefore, I chose the topic of education excuse me, so that we realize how fortunate we are to be in a country where education is valued and given for free. In comparison to the rest of the world, we should be thankful and take our education seriously. This was my speech that I felt it was to thank and be thankful for this good education that we get here. And I think that it's really taken for granted and people don't value it as much as people in the rest of the world. If y'all have any questions, I'm more than grateful to answer.
The Cambridge system, what is that?
Oh, in Pakistan? Well, Cambridge system is an education system in Pakistan that was adopted from the British education system. Like only 65 to 67 years ago, Pakistan was under British control. Sorry. So the education is still influenced by the British education system. All the pattern and all the curriculum is very similar. So that's why it's called Cambridge system.
Oh, thank you.
And why do you think that education is not valued in America?
Well, you see, it's a human nature. If I give you a lot of money today, of course, money still has a value, but you're going to spend it endlessly. This is human nature. Similarly, education is something that is given free and is made and is so common all across the country that people, like especially the young students, like who are like teenagers and are in high school or middle school, they take it for granted, and they just consider it a hassle to get up early in the morning and get their backpacks and go to class all 5 days a week. So that's why I think. So I'm so sorry. That's why I think it has people are starting taking it as something very common, but they don't realize how great how good opportunity they have to get as much education they can.
So what's like the main difference between education in Pakistan and the United States?
See, United States, it has any new technology or any of the new ideas that are today in the world, they come from US. So all the education system in US, it's very core, and it's quite authentic, because now today whatever we study, it generates from US. In Pakistan, we still follow the traditional patterns and the old methods of doing and solving problems. So I think this is the main difference, that today in US we have the newer version of things. In Pakistan, we still continue to do the old traditional ways. I mean, I was 15 when I came here, so I think spending those 15 years in Pakistan, that's what I realized, that we still follow the old patterns. Anything else?
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, guys, for coming. I'm sure that most of you all go to school, so I just want you all to be thankful that you all have the opportunity. Thank you.